All right, welcome to another episode. It's this guy.
That guy?
Wait, stop. We can't use that anymore.
Oh. So what's StOP stand for?
St. Oliver Plunkett, StOP.
Hey. So yeah, we just found out that this guy, that guy, these two Catholic guys is already a published podcast. So we're going to still use this guy, that guy, but we're going to end it with
The StOP guys.
the StOP guys. All right? Unique to you guys. What's fun is we get to talk about the next 4-session series called Mood.
Yep, a
Right?
Life Night series on the human emotions of Jesus.
Yeah, have you ever wondered how Jesus feels? We always talk about him being fully human, but have you ever looked into scripture about the various emotions he might have had? I know that when I was looking at this so that we could talk, that there are 4 emotions that you get to focus on. The first one is, I think, happiness,
Yep.
and then sadness, anger, and love.
Yep.
Which one are you most excited about?
I'm kind of liking the sadness one because that, when I was reading through this, that one kind of spoke to me a little bit about, they talked about the story of Lazarus where, even though Jesus knew he was going to raise him from the dead, he still felt sadness because his friends who he grew up with were going through that sadness of Lazarus dying. And that one, I really like that one a lot.
Yeah. When you mention that, I always forget that Jesus had friends growing up.
Yeah.
Right? We always think of like Jesus is born, yay, manger,
Mm-hmm.
right? 12 years old, yay, temple. And then boom, he's an adult.
Right.
Right? And we forget like he had to mature, he had to grow, he had to walk through various emotions, right? And so we talked about this idea that emotions are powerful, obviously, but they can also be crippling and overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I think there's beauty knowing that Christ feels those same emotions that we feel.
Right.
Right? That makes God so much more relatable, I feel.
Absolutely,
like.
yeah.
So, yeah, I look forward to anger.
Yeah.
Anger is always one that I get questioned about because Jesus is perfect. So if he's angry, isn't that sinful? And I always have to remind people, anger itself is not the sin. It's how you impart it.
Yeah.
It's
how you react to it, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so I think that becomes the issue. So you always have to explain that, And it reminds me of that reality that like all the vices that we talk about, whether that's lust or sloth or greed, having a desire to want something, that's not a bad thing. Having a desire to rest, that's not bad either. In fact, we're told to rest, right? Finding somebody or something attractive, not a bad thing. It's when those things take precedent over our responsibilities, our duties, or put others at harm, that it leads into turning us away from God, which becomes a vice. So emotions, not a bad thing, how they're used. So I think it's going to be a fun session to hear how Jesus experiences emotions. Because I don't think we think about that very often.
Right. And when you're talking about the anger one, it brought me back to I was experiencing one of the last confirmation sessions you had where you were talking about how God experiences these emotions and gets angry. And you played some little snippets from the Chosen series where, Jesus is in the temple and he's overturning the tables and all that stuff. And that was what you said there in that night. It was very powerful to me and I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to that night too.
Yeah. I think if you get a chance to watch The Chosen, in addition to being a part of these sessions, they could go really well hand in hand. Because I think The Chosen does a good job of bringing about the emotion that we read, but don't always feel when you read the Bible.
Yes.
And The Chosen does a really good job of that. And if I remember correctly, second semester, teens are the leaders, right?
They are, yeah. The teens are doing the Life Nights this series, this semester really. So both series that we have going on, the teens are leading it. So I'm looking forward to that. So.
Yeah. So you got 4 teens for this one, 4 sessions. Right, all of January and I guess the end of January, February, and the beginning of March.
Yep. Right? So on January 25th, we have a night on happiness called Literally Dead, and then on February 1st, we have Low Key Upset, which that's talking about sadness, and then February 22nd, we have Clapback, which is talking about anger, and then on March 1st, we have one called Stan, which is about love. So I'm curious as to why it's called Stan. But I guess we'll find out.
You guys low key get all these languages and titles. No, I like that they use these silly titles to try and get you interested, you know. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see how we can continue to grow in recognizing Christ's humanity, especially through emotions, because we all have them.
Yep.
And I'm more excited that teens get to lead because someday it won't be us. Right?
That's true.
Someday I hope there's a different this guy and that guy. No offense to you.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope Amy can be and have a replacement the same way that you guys had a chance to grow in the program and then become the leaders of it. So I think that's what makes Life Teen cool, and especially when kids are leading it.
Yep.
So, you know, stay in a good mood for these next 4 sessions. All right. So, all right. I will see you later. This guy.
That guy.
The StOP guys.
StOP guys.